crystal clear waters, perfect barrels, and a legacy that draws the best surfers from around the globe. This is Bonsai Pipeline. But beneath its stunning beauty lies a deadly reality. Pipeline isn't just a surfer's dream, it's also one of the most dangerous beaches in the world. Today, we're diving into what makes this Hawaiian paradise so perilous. Pipeline's waves are a marvel of nature, a near-perfect balance of power, beauty, and danger. But what makes these waves so unique? To understand, we need to look beneath the surface and explore the forces at work that create this iconic surf break. It all starts thousands of miles away in the Pacific Ocean. Massive storm systems, often near Alaska or Japan, create powerful swells. These swells are essentially energy traveling through the water, carried across the open ocean for days before reaching the Hawaiian Islands. The north shore of Oahu, where Pipeline is located, is perfectly positioned to receive these swells head-on, thanks to its geography and exposure to the Pacific. When these swells approach Pipeline, they encounter something extraordinary, an underwater topography that shapes the waves into their famous form. At most beaches, waves lose energy as they roll into shallow, sandy shores. But here, the waves interact with a reef that is steep, sharp, and incredibly shallow, just a few feet beneath the water's surface. This reef plays a critical role in shaping Pipeline's waves. As the swell reaches the reef, the underwater terrain forces the energy upward and inward. The result is a steep, hollow barrel that crashes violently over the reef. The closer the wave breaks to the reef, the more powerful and dangerous it becomes. The reef at Pipeline is unique because of its three primary sections: first reef, second reef, and third reef. Most of the iconic rides you see happen over first reef, where the waves break closest to shore. Second and third reef are further out and break during larger swells, creating even bigger waves that eventually roll into first reef. The combination of the reef structure and the wave's energy creates waves that are not only tall but also incredibly fast. Surfing Pipeline isn't just about skill, it's about timing. Surfers must position themselves perfectly to catch the wave just as it begins to break. Too late, and they'll wipe out. Too early, and they'll be swallowed by the barrel. At Pipeline, everything happens so quickly. The wave stands up out of nowhere, and you have just seconds to decide, go for it or back off. If you hesitate, you're done. The wave will pitch you forward, and you're heading straight for the reef. Pipeline's waves are fast, often reaching speeds of 30 miles per hour. The drop-in is incredibly steep, forcing surfers to commit fully. Once inside the barrel, they have to navigate a narrow, unpredictable space while the wave roars around them. But there's no room for error. One mistake, and the wave's immense power will pull you under, slamming you into the reef below or trapping you in the impact zone. It's this high-stakes environment that makes Pipeline both exhilarating and terrifying. Pipeline's waves weren't always revered. In fact, when surfers first discovered the spot in the early 1960s, many believed it was unsurfable. The steepness of the wave and the proximity of the reef made it seem impossible to ride safely. But pioneers like Phil Edwards, who is credited with being the first to ride Pipeline in 1961, changed the narrative. Today, Pipeline is a proving ground for the world's best surfers. It's not just about catching waves, it's about conquering one of nature's most powerful forces. And while the wave is a thing of beauty, the danger is always just below the surface, waiting for anyone who underestimates it. Pipeline is like nothing else in the world. It's terrifying, but it's also the most rewarding wave you'll ever ride. You have to respect it because it doesn't give second chances. This is the science behind Pipeline's perfection, and its danger. Pipeline's beauty is undeniable, but its danger lies just beneath the surface. The very reef that creates its perfect waves is also its most treacherous feature. For those who wipe out, this reef turns a surfer's paradise into a nightmare. Unlike sandy beach breaks where waves dissipate harmlessly, Pipeline's waves break directly over a flat, shallow coral reef. This reef is a complex maze of jagged edges and crevices, making it unforgiving to anyone who falls. In some areas, there's barely 3 feet of water between the wave's surface and the reef below, leaving little room for error. Coral reefs are living organisms, made up of tiny creatures called polyps. Over time, these polyps build massive limestone structures that form the foundation of reefs like the one at Pipeline. While these reefs are vital for marine ecosystems, they are anything but friendly to human skin. The injuries sustained at Pipeline are no small matter. Cuts from the reef can be severe, requiring stitches or even surgery. The impact of being slammed into the reef can lead to broken ribs, dislocated shoulders, or spinal injuries. And for some, the consequences are even more tragic. But the reef's danger isn't just physical, it's also mental. For surfers, the knowledge that a wipeout could land them on sharp coral adds an extra layer of pressure. This mental toll can make an already difficult wave even harder to navigate. Some surfers take precautions, wearing helmets and padded suits to minimize the risk of injury. But even with these measures, the reef remains an ever-present threat. One misstep, one moment of hesitation, and the consequences can be life-changing. Pipeline's reef is more than a hazard, it's a constant reminder of the ocean's unforgiving nature. It's the price of surfing one of the world's most iconic waves, and every surfer knows the stakes the moment they paddle out. At Pipeline, the waves are only half the story. The reef below is where dreams are made, and where they can end in an instant. It's a risk that every surfer must accept before they dare to take on the challenge. Pipeline's waves are more than just tall, they are some of the most powerful waves on Earth. For surfers, this power is what makes Pipeline so thrilling. But it's also what makes it so dangerous. A single wave here carries enough energy to knock you unconscious, trap you underwater, or hurl you onto the reef with devastating force. The chaos beneath the surface is unlike anything most people can imagine. During a wipeout, the wave's energy doesn't just push you under, it disorients you. You're tumbling in every direction, unable to tell which way is up. And in the impact zone, where the waves break hardest, the danger is multiplied. The impact zone is where the wave's energy is at its most violent. Surfers caught here are often held underwater by the force of the wave, unable to resurface before the next wave crashes down. It's a dangerous cycle that can lead to panic, exhaustion, or worse. Pipeline's waves are not just powerful, they're fast. The steep drop-in and hollow shape mean that surfers have to act quickly to catch the wave. At speeds of up to 30 miles per hour, there's little room for hesitation. Even experienced surfers are not immune to the power of Pipeline. The combination of speed, force, and unpredictability makes it a wave that demands total respect. One wrong move, and you're at the mercy of an unstoppable natural force. Pipeline's power has always been its defining feature. In the early days, surfers like Jerry Lopez and Rory Russell earned their reputations by mastering these waves. But even legends have fallen victim to its unrelenting force, a reminder that no one is invincible here. Today, advances in board technology and safety techniques have allowed surfers to ride waves bigger and faster than ever. But the power of Pipeline remains unchanged. It's a force of nature that can't be tamed, only survived. The waves of Pipeline are as beautiful as they are dangerous, a perfect expression of nature's raw power. For surfers, that power is both a challenge and a warning. At Pipeline, the ocean is always in control. So, what makes Bonsai Pipeline the most dangerous beach in the world? It's the sheer power of the waves, the unforgiving reef, and the unpredictable conditions. But it's also a place of unmatched beauty, skill, and human resilience. Pipeline reminds us that nature is both awe-inspiring and humbling. Whether you're a surfer chasing the ultimate wave or a spectator marveling from the shore, remember this: Pipeline demands respect. Thanks for joining us on this journey into one of nature's most incredible and dangerous creations. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating places. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.